Hi there, Graham here from Believe and Achieve Marketing and Life Success. I've been away for a while, initially based upon the presumption or the feeling of being a witness to a demonisation campaign of myself. And I must say, this is an absolute blessing, because without being able to feel the traits of demonisation and the pain of being demonised, then no growth occurs there. And being demonised is a fantastic gift. How is this relevant to this speech, or this transmission, you might add? Well, demonisation is what we see and what we have seen and are seeing being played out in the outer world today. The system governing the outer world is controlled by the inner, and the forces of evil, or the dark forces, or the demonic forces of negativity. And in demonisation, whether it be one country demonising another, one world leader demonising another, we need to look a little closer to home. Because in order to heal this world of these traits of demonisation, we must heal all of those traits within us. But we can't heal those traits within us if we haven't, 1, experienced them, 2, experienced the pain that they cause, and 3, see that experience as merely an experience to learn and grow from. Being demonised hurts, and being demonised is the act of one other person or individual projecting upon you the very behaviours that they are demonstrating themselves. Demonisation is making up false lies, accusations and allegations with no proof or substance of proof behind them, and blaming them on another party with no foundational evidence. And demonisation is a gift, because we can then see that those doing the demonising are either being controlled or possessed or embodied by something devilish, satanic, or that they are being manipulated into doing that demonisation. On a personal level, we have all took on traits of demonisation from a narcissistic point of view in order to make one or make another party appear a certain way, to shape the beliefs of another. So an outsider looking in would see the demonizer as the injured party, and the one being demonised as the criminal in the matter, when in fact the roles are reversed. All work of the mind, or is of that nature, is inverted. It's backwards, and it's to show us from a higher spiritual perspective that when we drop into soul, we can see through the prison of painful actions that the demonizer projects upon us. Those doing the demonising are the ones in pain, either through suffrage of manipulation, being forced or coerced by another, or purely because their pain is too great and they want to project it upon another party. The worst of all, though, is to form the opinion and shape the belief of another based upon the lie that is demonisation. We see world wars occur because of the demonisation tactics, because of these he said this, she said that, when none of it was true. So demonisation is truly a gift when we can understand it from a higher plane, when we can look down and detach ourselves. If you're the one being demonised, yes, it can hurt. We can go into mind and worry about what others will think of us, or worry about how our futures will be affected, or our careers will be affected, or all of those traits that make us selfish. But the lesson when we're being demonised is fantastic, because it's showing us who we're dealing with in truth. It's showing us who is really in the pain, and it's showing us who the aggressor, the manipulator, and the one in the greatest need really is. And that's always the one doing the demonizing. But demonizers are often very good liars. They're living a false sense of life. They're living as their ego, their unreal self, their unhealed self. And they're doing so to portray that they are the sheep, when in reality they are the wolf in the sheep's clothing. And this is demonization to a T. The whole process of my experience of being demonized was, or me experiencing an overwhelming amount of love from another, an overwhelming amount of support, dedication, passion. I was made to feel wonderful. I was made to feel like the greatest gift that there was. I was made to believe that I was loved by this individual. And I was made to believe that they cared deeply for me. However, the truth, as time passed, became ever more apparent that that was not really the case. And it was just a see-through, lift the veil and see the truth kind of experience. Because as time went by, I became the victim, in inverted commas, of a campaign of lies, a smear campaign, a libelous campaign, smudging my name, smudging who I am and what I'm here to do for the betterment of humanity, making other individuals view me in a certain way which was unfavourable to the truth of who I am, and having others believe I was lesser of a good person than I actually am. And what an experience that has taught me. That's given me so much courage and confidence, because where before I would have worried about what people thought of me, I would have been concerned about the impact of those behaviours upon my future, my family, my children, my business. Through the growth of being the witness and the experiment of demonisation, I can say from a higher perspective that what a great gift it was to have experienced those experiences. So if your journey entails you coming into contact with somebody of these traits who would quite happily steamroller you to appear the good one, then learn from this audio transmission, because this gift from the universe is merely that. You've been presented, if you occur these experiences, the opportunity to look inside yourself and pass the demonizer a mirror, because they are only displaying to you the qualities that are in them, the unhealed pain that are inside of them. And more to the point, the two-way opportunity of healing. Because demonize others are only ever demonizing themselves. Those who want to make you hurt, want to have people view you in a negative way, want to make you question your own self and question what people think about you and feel about you, who spread lies, vicious, manipulative lies, stories that are made up on the fly with no substance, proof, or any real evidence at all. It is a gift that we can share this opportunity for healing, being the experiencer of demonisation, and also to be in the company of the demonizer, because it gives us a viewpoint and insight into the mind of who they are. So anything that you attract into your experience, whether it be good, bad, or quite literally demonic, it's here for your greatest good. I'll finish with the definition of demonisation. An evil spirit or devil thought to possess a person. Now that is the definition of demon. The definition of eyes is to make or become. So the demonizer is really trying to project upon you the dark spirit working within them, or the stronger identity with mind over soul. and eyes to make you become what they are. Hand the demonizer a mirror, for they are not you. You are blessed not to be them, to experience the suffering they're going through, but also a great gift nonetheless, sent to speed dial direct to you from the universe. Thank you for listening. I've been Graham. Have a great day.